Hello YouTube, this video is going to be my thoughts on vegetarianism and animal ethics as a whole. Right off the bat, I do want to say that while I am okay with meat eating, I do think less consumption of animal protein overall would be better for the environment and for certain health reasons. However, I think that is highly unlikely, especially with the growth of certain developing countries. So the reason I don't ethically object to eating meat is because I think no matter what your opinions are, there is an obvious hierarchy to how we treat organisms. And it makes sense to treat highly intelligent and highly social organisms better than less intelligent and less social organisms. For example, some people avoid killing insects, but in general, no one is really offended by the idea of killing insects because they are so simple of organisms. Similarly, plants and fungus and microbes do have a rudimentary or sometimes even complex way of sensing their environment and reacting, but they don't process information in nearly the same way as animals do with a central nervous system. And this may sound kind of cruel to some people, but something like a chicken is basically a robot. I mean, they can sense pain, because that makes sense for navigating their environment, but at the end of the day, they are reacting to their environment in a very predetermined way. There's not much higher level cognition, or I would argue probably even any higher level cognition in something like a chicken. Another important aspect is the social one. I'm going to use chickens as an example again because when a chicken dies, it doesn't really affect the other chickens. They aren't even aware that other chickens exist. The ability to recognize yourself and others as separate is a very rare trait in only some animals. So things like humans, I believe, certain apes, certain birds, elephants, these kinds of organisms obviously should have highly close to human rights because they have these capabilities. Wolves and dogs and certain other domesticated pets are another good example because while they're not necessarily the most intelligent, depending on the species and breed, they are highly social, and when something of that species does die, it does have a greater impact on the owners and other animals and humans that knew that animal. So again, it's more about the capability of the individual species and what effect those organisms have on others, including humans. So I would love to know your thoughts on this. I, of course, will advocate the eating of lab-grown meat whenever that becomes feasible, but I'd like to know your opinions, whether you're a vegetarian or not. Why or why not do you eat animals? Thank you for watching.